Welcome to the No Views News. This program was created on Sunday, April 25th, at 3:25 a.m. Pacific Daylight Time, by Zeno Reader. There are 531 headlines from 106 feeds we check to build this automated report. Welcome to No Views, daily automated podcast news. The headlines in this super unknown daily news summary do not imply fact-checking or endorsement of ideas. The first headlines are from the current most popular news site, Yahoo News, with 175 million estimated monthly unique visitors. Want to avoid problems with the police? You should just surrender to them. Pope ordains 9 priests, saying, "Stay humble, compassionate." Racism within police ranks, a look at the struggles of black cops by a former officer. In Kansas City, redlining's ghosts haunt East Side businesses amid the pandemic. India's crematoriums overwhelmed as virus swallows people. A Texas couple who deleted Facebook posts bragging about being at the Capitol riot was arrested for assaulting police officers, FBI says. The latest, Pakistan offers essential supplies to help India. Man wearing body armor killed by police after confrontation. At least 82 killed in fire after oxygen tanks explode at COVID hospital in Iraq. Judge Janine, Biden admin claims America is systematically racist. The next headlines are from the second most popular news website at this time, with 150 million unique monthly visitors, Google News. Derek Chauvin's conviction is progress but not true justice for people of color facing police violence, activists say, CNN. North Carolina sheriff says he wants footage of Andrew Brown Jr. police shooting made public and may file motion Monday, CNN. India sets COVID-19 infection record for 4th straight day with hospitals desperate for oxygen, CNN. San Diego Padres Fernando Tatis calls post-homer trolling of Trevor Bauer payback time, ESPN. UFC 261, Kamaru Usman post-fight press conference, UFC, Ultimate Fighting Championship. Fire in Baghdad hospital kills dozens of COVID-19 patients, The Washington Post. Inside DMX's funeral, rap icons, mourning fans, and a casket in a monster truck, Vulture. Mavericks vs. Lakers takeaways, Luka Doncic forced to facilitate in Dallas comeback win, CBS Sports. The NFL mock draft for the people, Sports Illustrated. Cryptic writing found in belongings of Philip Adams, former NFL player accused of killing 5, NBC News. The following headlines are from the third most popular news website, with 110 million unique monthly visitors, The Huffington Post. Twitter agrees to block tweets critical of India's government's COVID-19 response. One verdict, then 6 police killings across America in 24 hours. Harvey Milk LGBTQ Democratic Club sends particularly pointed note to Tucker Carlson. Democrat Troy Carter wins New Orleans-based U.S. House seat. Befuddled Larry Kudlow rails that Biden will force Americans to guzzle plant-based beer. $5 do-it-yourself ladders thwarting Trump's $16 billion border wall. Beyonce honors 5th anniversary of her iconic Lemonade album. Pretend journalist Tucker Carlson calls real journalists cowards. Here's why so many Democrats sound so anxious about Biden's healthcare agenda. Now turning down excess doses, U.S. faces calls to share vaccines. The next headlines are from the 4th most popular news website, with 95 million estimated unique monthly visitors, CNN. Family still seeking justice 1 year after death. Officer thanked for kind gesture toward man. Lawmaker arrested on DWI charge after crash. Man charged in death of Good Samaritan. Police chief arrested for second offense alley. Kid left in school vehicle for more than 2 hours. 18 charged in shooting death of 7-year-old. Brothers rescue 8-year-old's cat from tree. Car rams into house after armed carjacking, 2 arrested. Columbia neighborhood calls for change. The next headlines are from the fifth most popular news website at this time, with 70 million estimated unique monthly visitors, the New York Times. Baghdad hospital fire kills at least 82, many of them older COVID patients. Oscars 2021, what to watch for. Phuket was poised for tourism comeback, a COVID surge dashed those hopes. 4 takeaways from our investigation into ICE's mishandling of COVID-19. Michigan's COVID wards are filling up with younger patients. Half a year after Trump's defeat, Arizona Republicans are recounting the vote. Millions are skipping their second doses of COVID vaccines. How ICE's mishandling of COVID-19 fueled outbreaks around the country. Malcolm Gladwell on the hard decisions of war. Troy Carter elected to Congress from Louisiana. The following headlines are from the sixth most popular news website, with an estimated 65 million monthly unique visitors, Fox News. Los Angeles police shoot, kill driver wearing body armor who slammed patrol car, confronted officers. NYC protesters cross Brooklyn Bridge, clash with NYPD cops in Manhattan. New York lawmakers look to ban cops who resign, are fired for misconduct, from being rehired elsewhere. Clinton's White House welcomed Epstein, Maxwell as VIP guests, new photos show. Woman accidentally gets wrong coordinates inked for tattoo of special place, painful realization. UFC's Chris Weidman suffers brutal leg break, with Tom Brady, Tim Tebow among 15,000 Florida spectators. Kamala Harris sex joke has Oklahoma state lawmaker unrepentant with no plans to be politically correct. Biden's catch and release migrants, without court dates, total more than 15,300, Texas Democrat says. Ted Cruz says VP Harris' GPS got confused, sending her to wrong border. Democrat Troy Carter wins Louisiana special election for U.S. House seat. You are hearing today's top news headlines and more. Today is Sunday, April 25th. The next headlines are from the seventh most popular news website, with 63 million estimated monthly unique visitors, CBS News. We are not a match. Robert Chapman charged with participating in Capitol riot after allegedly boasting about it on Bumble dating app. Video, large explosion from gender reveal party shakes houses, stirs earthquake fears. Baltimore man says he was kicked off Southwest flight for not wearing mask while eating Twizzlers. The next headlines are from the eighth most popular news website, with an estimated 53 million monthly unique visitors, Mail Online, the Daily Mail. Ambulance worker who died when an object smashed through vehicle had returned to the front line. Liz Truss blasts Dom Cummings over tittle-tattle claim that PM's flat refurb may have been illegal. Mangled classic Jaguar set to sell for $10K, but could be worth $250K. Lily James walks hand-in-hand with rock star boyfriend Michael Schumann on a romantic break. Meghan Markle and Prince Harry's Finding Freedom biography set for reboot this summer. Scientists say vaccines cut deaths by 98% as they call to end all restrictions. AstraZeneca chief launches blistering attack on critics of the firm's vaccine. Revelers enjoy second weekend since beer gardens reopened as they hit town and city centers. Must-reads. Kirstie Allsopp says people should stop rushing to buy homes in an overheated market. The next headlines are from the 10th most popular news website, which has an estimated 42 million monthly unique visitors, The Guardian. This is The Guardian's U.S. news feed. COVID Live. Indian PM Narendra Modi says storm of coronavirus infections has shaken country. Sisters with Transistors review, a gloriously geeky music doc. No parades, no hugs, Disneyland is reopening, but will the magic be back? An indescribable moment, indigenous nation in U.S. has right to land in Canada, court rules. United Airlines receive billions in COVID aid, now thousands of workers could lose their jobs. Was King Solomon the ancient world's first shipping magnate? Deep systemic racism, will Minneapolis's police department ever change? Going vegan, can switching to a plant-based diet really save the planet? Robbie Hummel and Kareem Maddox, the weekend warriors behind USA's bid for 33 basketball Olympic gold. Republican lawyer is key player in voter suppression drive across U.S. The following headlines are from the 12th most popular news website, with an estimated 36 million monthly unique visitors, ABC News. Bitcoin millionaire puts money on Greens in German election. Embattled producer Scott Rudin resigns from Broadway League. 61-year-old Asian man in critical condition after brutal assault caught on video. Biden makes history by declaring killings of Armenians a genocide. Out of the cave, French isolation study ends after 40 days. Former Louisville police officer Brett Hankison's trial delayed to 2022. The next headlines are from the 13th most popular news website, with an estimated 35 million monthly unique visitors, the BBC News. Biden says Armenian mass killing was genocide. Myanmar, military chief urged to stop violence on first foreign trip. COVID, man arrested after infecting 22 people in Majorca. Clubs cannot leave Super League, says Perez. Nepal opens replica Dharata Tower in Kathmandu. Bitcoin, Turkey arrests 4 people after cryptocurrency collapses. Hugs of welcome for new arrivals on space station. Chad after Idris Deby, African Union urges end to military rule. Indonesian submarine sank off Bali, Navy says. India COVID surge, hospitals send SOS as record deaths registered. The following headlines are from the 14th most popular news website, with an estimated 34 million monthly unique visitors, USA Today. A woman was charged with a felony for not returning a VHS tape, she found out 21 years later. For Minneapolis protest leaders, no apologies over muscular demands for police reform. Thousands in London protest against virus lockdown. AP top stories April 24th p. Deputy appears to mistake phone for gun and shooting. Lawsuit blames culture of recklessness in Florida Sheriff's Office for fatal shooting of black teens. Armenians visit memorial to victims of massacres. The day in pictures. 660 play 2 biggest crowd since the pandemic began. Some states are turning down vaccine doses, feds have full confidence J&J vaccine benefits outweigh risks, latest COVID-19 updates. The next headlines are from the 15th most popular news website, with an estimated 35.5 million monthly unique visitors, the LA Times. Is Caitlyn Jenner the next Arnold Schwarzenegger? Even some in GOP skeptical. Armenian American activists welcome U.S. recognition of genocide but say fight isn't over. Lopez, in Sacramento, legislative attempts to slow down drivers have hit speed bumps. We have to keep the Cinerama Dome alive, but many other LA treasures also need our support and attention. Armenians spent their lives demanding U.S. recognition of genocide. Victory is here. Man shot by one or multiple deputies in Florence Firestone area. U.S. court upholds COVID-19 delays in criminal trials, citing 500,000 lives lost. We hope you are enjoying this news podcast. Today is Sunday, April 25th, 2021. You just heard from the top 15 most popular news websites in the world. More, from other news sources, is up next. Next, Reddit World News. Reddit is a user collective which claims over 430 million active users per month, and these are the top voted stories today. India requests Twitter remove tweets critical of the government's handling of COVID-19. Halting the vast release of methane is critical for climate, UN says. A major United Nations report will declare that slashing emissions of methane, the main component of natural gas, is far more vital than previously thought. Biden officially recognizes the massacre of Armenians in World War I as a genocide. Wildfire in Northern Ireland declared a major incident. India orders Twitter to take down tweets critical of its coronavirus handling. U.S. urges China to reveal whereabouts of Tibet's disappeared Panchen Lama. Families allowed to bury dead in their backyards as India's COVID-19 surge overwhelms crematoriums. German actors criticized for coronavirus protest videos. Dozens of German actors took part in a campaign mocking coronavirus restrictions in Germany. The federal government recently announced new measures to break the third wave of the pandemic. Lithuanian ambassador in Donbass, actions on the ground contradict Russian withdrawal. UN-led aid convoy brings 23 tons of humanitarian goods across contact line in East Ukraine. Indonesia submarine crane Angola 402 declared sunk with all 53 crew members on board. U.S. begins to move equipment out of Afghanistan and approves deployment of forces to protect withdrawal operations. Supreme Court affirms American indigenous men's right to hunt in Canada. CTV News. Nepal becomes first country in Asia-Pacific to vaccinate refugees against COVID-19. Interpreters who helped Australian forces in Afghanistan plead for visas to escape extreme threats. The next headlines are from Forbes. The 25 most popular movies on Netflix in 2021, update, April 24th. The 25 most popular shows on Netflix in 2021, update, April 24th. 1 billion vaccine doses have been administered worldwide, but mostly in wealthy countries. Elon Musk is hosting SNL next month. Zero on Netflix, a new superhero coming-of-age series from Italy. Indiana Pacers add Amita Brima onto weight deal to gain size, waive Brian Bowen II. Most U.S. adults are now partly vaccinated. These 9 states are moving even faster. Alex English on Michael Porter Jr., the NBA and social justice, WNBA parody and more. President Biden makes history recognizing the Armenian genocide at last. Another singular performance cements New York Mets ace Jacob deGrom as a generational player. The world population update. Currently, we are increasing by over 220,000 people a day, expecting to reach 8 billion in 2023. At the time this report was generated, the population was estimated to be 7,700,920,356 humans. Worldometers.info says there are 195 countries at this time and, of those, the top 10 with the largest populations are, in order, China, India, the United States, Indonesia, Pakistan, Brazil, Nigeria, Bangladesh, Russia, and then Mexico. The next headlines are from Variety. Elon Musk to host Saturday Night Live with musical guest Miley Cyrus. Visions du Rel prizes Faye Day, 1970, L'Enfant Terribles. Josh Gad, James Gunn and more react to Disney World anti-wokeness op-ed. Scott Rudin to resign from the Broadway League. 3 crew members from Serial, Bad, Weddings 3 feet die in car crash. Caitlyn Jenner accepts Joy Beer's apology for misgendering her on The View. Music, Absolute Proof and Rudy Giuliani lead Razzie Awards. How The Weeknd and Juice WRLD's vibrant videos are moving MMA into the mainstream. Mortal Kombat director Simon McQuoid on sequel plans, Major Deaths and Johnny Cage. Mortal Kombat, Demon Slayer locked in fierce box office battle. The following headlines are from NPR, National Public Radio. Maryland to probe cases handled by ex-medical examiner who testified in Chauvin trial. At this year's Oscars, diversity and social consciousness go hand in hand. Biden calls slaughter of Armenians a genocide, posing test for U.S. ties with Turkey. Tight quarters aboard the space station as SpaceX capsule delivers 4 new arrivals. Indonesian Navy says missing submarine sunk, crew of 53 dead. If big box office means big ratings, this year's Oscars are in big trouble. People are talking about a double mutant variant in India. What does that mean? Muslim Americans reflect on another Ramadan during the pandemic. My parents struggled in pandemic lockdown. Here's how they learned to live again. Louisiana special election. Democratic state senators face off for U.S. House seat. The following headlines are from the week. Israel recorded 0 COVID-19 deaths in a day for the first time in 10 months. Biden breaks with predecessors, calls 1915 mass killings of Armenians a genocide. Marjorie Taylor Greene mockingly impersonates Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez while recounting her debate challenge. GOP's elder statesman James Baker praises Biden's Afghanistan withdrawal plan. 10 things you need to know today, April 24, 2021. Watch International Space Station astronauts joyously greet new arrivals after successful SpaceX flight. Debris discovery ends Indonesian Navy's hopes of finding survivors among 53-person submarine crew. The week's best photojournalism. The toxic culture of American police. 6 eco-friendly homes. The next headlines are from Universe Today. Animation shows how Saturn's rings move at different speeds. These are the news headlines for today, Sunday, April 25th. This podcast is produced only in English at this time. As of 2020, the Ethnologue reference lists 7,117 different human languages, with English being the third most common, after Mandarin Chinese and Spanish. The following headlines are from earthsky.org. More than 5,000 tons of space dust fall to Earth each year. Forced complete view of Venus orbital dust ring. Mercury and Venus pair up at dusk April 24th to 26th. The next news is from Politico. Biden's first 100 days. Inside America's long hand-wringing over the Armenian genocide. Why Biden's Armenian genocide declaration really is a big deal. Of course it's genocide, how Biden fulfilled a promise to Armenians that Obama wouldn't. Biden recognizes Armenian genocide. Bardis super PAC muscles into Pennsylvania Senate race. Opinion: have we really come that far since Rodney King? The forgotten precedent for our unprecedented political insanity. The next headlines are from the Sydney Morning Herald in Australia. Sydney Dawn service returns to normal after COVID-forced absence. Be proud of what you did, the words that convinced this Anzac March leader to turn up. Anzac Day in Sydney, trading hours, dawn services and what's open. Miranda Kerr's go to Sunday outfit, a dress. It doesn't define me. What is it like to live with dementia? I couldn't fight back the tears. 2 feet, how the royals grieve in private. Has the King of the Cross become the Lord of the Ring? Legal shares radical plan to shake up NRL judiciary. The lonely grave of an unremembered Anzac, we need to live up to lest we forget. The milkshake ad, since when do we have to be coy about sexual assault? The next headlines are from MarketWatch. The moneyest: my wife offered to loan me money when I was having financial trouble, now I make 6 figures, and she refuses to pay any bills. Personal Finance Daily, Disney fan complains Walt Disney World is becoming too woke and new home sales surge past expectations as builders race to meet demand. Market Snapshot, why the Fed's focus on those hardest hit by the pandemic matters for markets. Newswatch, why it'll take more than easy money from the Fed to keep sparking this bull market in stocks. Outside the box, saving for retirement, here are 4 key lessons. Outside the box, why you should plan to leave money to your kids. Homeowners face the biggest property tax hikes in 4 years, here's where they pay the most. The moneyest: my wife makes $200K a year, but gives $700 a month, and $3,000 to her brother and mother to keep them in the good life. The moneyest: my boyfriend agreed to go part-time to look after my teenage kids. I paid him $650 a month. We split up, now he's crying foul. Economic preview, tone of next week's U.S. economic data on track to be positive, but the Fed will remain tone deaf. Next, the top stories about patents and inventions. Taking ideas to market, Nypd.net. Online bookkeeping software market, technology inventions and new development by 2026 Wave apps, Neat, Sage, NeighborWeb SJ. Paramoy Climate Smart Skincare, KATV. The next headlines are from Quartz. Netflix is retelling the lost tale of Japan's first African samurai. Weekend edition, George Floyd's legacy, India's COVID catastrophe, Makekla. The following headlines are from Tech Dirt. This week in Tech Dirt history, April 18th-24th. College students sue Proctorio over DMCA's unfair use critique tweets of software. We are now about 1/3 of the way through this daily news headlines podcast, a free service. Here, next, are the top trending keywords in Google web searches for today, a different window on world events. Real Madrid Betis. DMX funeral. Liverpool vs Newcastle. Liverpool. Darius Hughes. Armenian genocide. Josh fight. ALS. Warriors. The next headlines are from RT, the first Russian news station in English. Defenseless 61-year-old Asian man repeatedly stomped on the head in latest New York City attack caught on video, disturbing footage. Third time unlucky, Bremen's Friedel takes unfortunate hat-trick of rapid-fire hits in Bundesliga clash, video. Watch, furious Manchester United fans burn US flag outside Old Trafford in protest against Glazers. Tuchel in disbelief as Werner misses incredible chance at West Ham, but forward ends gold route to give Chelsea win, video. It won't even be competitive, fight fans react as Italy's Vettori handed UFC title shot against dominant champ Adesanya. Hubble telescope team marks 31st birthday with image of rare ultra-bright star on the brink of annihilation. Smaldip energy or Smaldic energy, Russian embassy trolls Baltic states over expulsion of diplomats. Joe Biden formally recognizes Armenian genocide, getting praise from Yerevan and angering NATO ally Turkey. Drone attack leaves Iranian tanker ablaze off Syrian coast, reports. Klopp accused of being tone deaf after Liverpool boss issues calls to calm down over Super League furor. The next headlines are from Zero Hedge. Dozens arrested after CEO of Turkish crypto exchange flees with $2 billion. What higher corporate taxes mean for the market, a surprising observation. Tabi, the heroic congressional fight to save the rich. NJ Delhi with $100 million market cap linked to shell company whose stock also recently exploded. Hidden threats, 3 things to worry about that mainstream media refuses to discuss. Border area hotels bail on Biden admin to house migrant overflow. Make no mistake, programmable digital currencies are weaponizable money. That's how crazy the market is, a virtually unheard of trade spotted in lumber. Turkey blasts Biden's Armenian genocide statement as opening a deep wound in relations. Patient zero of the bubble pandemic, Alan Greenspan. The following headlines are from Al Jazeera, Middle East News. Crew reaches space station on board recycled SpaceX capsule. 1 billion COVID jabs given globally, but over half in just 3 countries. Lebanon launches first electric car despite economic crisis. Can India survive coronavirus? Why Quo Vadis, Aida, deserves an Oscar. Can ASEAN help end the crisis in Myanmar? Reactions to Biden's recognition of Armenian genocide. I'm trapped here, Haitian asylum seekers languish in Mexico. Oil tanker off Syrian coast hit in suspected drone attack. Belarus leader to amend emergency power transfer to empower Sun. The next headlines are from Breitbart. Anonymous donor uses $1,000 in Dogecoin to pay adoption fees at animal shelter. Pinkerton, Carter 2.0, Joe gets played by a communist dictator just like Jimmy. LSU fraternity brothers pay off former house cook's mortgage for 74th birthday. GOP rep Comer on MLB, moving games hurts taxpayers, and we'll send a message to beneficiaries of tax, antitrust exemptions. BLM co-founder calls for abolished criminal justice system after Floyd, Bryant deaths. Oscar-winning producer Scott Rudin resigns from Broadway League after allegations of decades of abusive and violent behavior. City of Los Angeles accused of hiding the homeless ahead of the Oscars. They kicked everybody out of Union Station so it looks better for the image. NYC mother charged with the murders of her newborn twins. Sanders, Biden off to a good start on climate. Stephen Miller's group challenging radical leftists in court. America First Legal is the conservative response to the ACLU. The following headlines are from goodnewsnetwork.org. Hero trucker ignores own safety to save utility worker stuck in a bucket with fire blazing below. This week's inspiring horoscopes from Rob Bresney's Free Will Astrology. Watch this historic first. Astronauts successfully launched using recycled rocket to International Space Station. Common human antibiotic can heal coral diseases. 95% success rate with amoxicillin. You're tuned to No Views, daily automated podcast news. This is a report for Sunday, April 25th. Thank you for listening. The next headlines are from Reddit Offbeat News. Arrested Florida Capitol rioter Kenneth Kelly thought he was breaking into White House. 2 officers shot, 2 people found dead in Old East Dallas home, police, max crime. Warp drives, physicists give chances of faster than light space travel a boost. Study that found COVID less likely for smokers retracted for tobacco ties. Mormon church expels sex therapist skeptical of porn addiction. 4 sentenced for advanced fee scheme that promised to turn dirt into gold. Very late pizza delivery driver leaves pizza on car hood. Dog scratched up boot getting pizza. Video in article. This is a reading of news headlines. This broadcast was created on Sunday, April 25th from over 100 sources to give you a bigger picture of the news. The next headlines are from NASA News. NASA to air live coverage of SpaceX Crew 1 astronauts return to Earth. The next headlines are from the Salt Lake Tribune. Clinic turns to personal relationships to overcome vaccine delays and hesitation among Hispanic Utahns. Money is the root of all evil, said Mantua police officer in his resignation letter after the town's chief was dismissed. Percent of positive coronavirus tests in Utah rising slightly on Saturday. David Brooks, the Republican Party is getting even worse. 3 Utah school districts now allow students to skip masks, based on their parents' judgment. Andy Larson, there's one man responsible for the Rockets being the NBA's worst team, James Harden. RSL opens the season on Saturday. Here's a primer on what to expect. You might be surprised by which Salt Lake County school district has the most students learning in person this spring. Feds want a Utah pharmacist who illegally imported malaria drugs to destroy them. He's pitching a different plan. Salt Lake City drops plan to use Air Force C-130 to spray for mosquitoes. The next headlines are from Slashdot, Tech News for Nerds. Work proceeds on mitigation strategies for global navigation satellite system jamming spoofing. Unreturned VHS tape 21 years ago leads to surprise felony embezzlement charge. How faulty software landed dozens of UK postmasters in prison. Microsoft previews Rust for Windows. Elon Musk, Jack Dorsey argue that Bitcoin incentivizes renewable energy. Security researcher Dan Kaminsky has died. America's largest universal basic income program yet proposed by Mayor of Los Angeles. Astronauts successfully delivered to the International Space Station by SpaceX. TSMC founder says China's semiconductor industry still 5 years behind. Someone called the cops on their own smart vacuum. The next headlines are from Fox St. Louis. Man killed in Moline Acres crossover crash early Saturday morning. UK apologizes for racism in memorials to World War I deceased. Woman sentenced for fatal shooting of teen at high school in 2019. Missouri to resume use of Johnson & Johnson vaccine. Illinois State Fire Marshal investigating Swansea Outback Steakhouse blaze. Saturday steady rain will gradually diminish with a foggy evening. Soccer fans protest after Stan Kroenke considers moving team to another league. St. Louis electrical workers donate time to help fix low-income homes. Nearly 700,000 plus up stimulus checks in latest wave, what to do if yours is missing. Concerns about carjackings at Midtown apartment complex increase, security improvements promised. These are the current headlines from the world's most interesting news websites. Thank you for listening. The next headlines are from Fox San Diego. Overcast morning expected to give way to sunny Saturday. Young man killed in East County after opening door to shooter. Biden becomes first president to recognize atrocities against Armenians as genocide. News now, astronauts arrive, ghost guns and more top stories. Local providers ready to distribute Johnson & Johnson vaccine to those who want it. Man says tackling gas lamp shooting suspect was right thing to do until police arrived. Tiger Woods shares photo of him on crutches as recovery continues. Watch, new video shows mom and two kids lowered from top of 30-foot boulder barrier. Police say gunman used ghost gun in downtown shootings. The next headlines are from spooknews.com. Performer of the Week, Ryan Steele. Apple AirTag has built-in anti-stalking tech popular science. GPS tracker use on DV offenders could be expanded. Opinion, Central Intelligence Agency agents in Thailand, please raise your hand. Former Riverside school counselor sued again over allegations of videotaping boys. The following headlines are from Defense Blog. U.S. Navy tests vanilla unmanned aerial vehicle from moving truck. U.S. Navy showcases new type of unmanned surface vessel. U.S. Navy demonstrates unmanned anti-submarine warfare capability. U.S. Army bolsters its air defense capabilities with newest time-shored system. South Korea, Thailand reach agreement on additional T-50th trainer jets. U.S. Navy's new aircraft carrier validate capability to defend itself and its crew. Javelins fly during military exercise in Georgia. This is the No Views, daily automated podcast news. Today, in the GMT time zone, is Sunday, April 25, 2021. Now, more headlines. The next headlines are from KRON4 San Francisco. CDC and FDA resume Johnson & Johnson vaccine. CIT, Marin Estate listed at $25 M going to auction. Investigation underway, police respond to shooting in San Jose. Virginia students discover they once lived in a Chinese orphanage together. Pleasant unman arrested for shooting several bullets into neighbors' homes. Biden formally recognizes atrocities against Armenians as genocide. India sets global COVID-19 record of 346,000 cases. Tiger Woods posts photo on crutches as crash recovery continues. Private island with moat, helicopter pad hits market off Miami coast. TikTok video, woman harasses 4 black soldiers at Virginia IHOP restaurant. The next headlines are from the Daily Herald. Something about the sights, sounds and smells, Arlington fan hopes track can be saved. Osorio scores an 83rd, Toronto ties Whitecaps 2-2. Hamilton leads top-ranked James Madison past VMI 31-24. Murder, other charges filed against man in killing of girl. Constable, brain glasses let concussion patients see path to recovery. Tesla CEO Elon Musk adding SNL hosting job to his to-do list. Indonesian Navy declares lost sub with 53 aboard sunk. Nobody in Illinois cares much more about this than I do. A trainers strive to keep Arlington open. A wave of color sweeps into local offices. Sheriff to seek release of body cam video of fatal shooting. The next alerts are from the Global Disaster Alerting and Coordination System, a cooperative effort from disaster managers worldwide. Green earthquake alert, magnitude 5.6 m, depth 10 km, in Yemen April 24, 2021, 1800 hours UTC, no people within 100 kilometers. Green alert for tropical cyclones Yuragi 21, population affected by category 1, 120 kilometers per hour, wind speeds or higher is 0. Green alert for tropical cyclone Jobo 21, population affected by category 1, 120 kilometers per hour, wind speeds or higher is 0. Green earthquake alert, magnitude 6.5 m, depth 301 km, in Tonga April 24, 2021, 023 UTC, no people within 100 kilometers. Drought is ongoing in Bolivia, Brazil. Drought is ongoing in Mozambique. Drought is ongoing in Madagascar. Drought is ongoing in Afghanistan, China, Iran, Kyrgyzstan, Kazakhstan, Pakistan, Tajikistan, Turkmenistan, Uzbekistan. Drought is ongoing in Algeria, Libya, Tunisia. Drought is ongoing in Iraq, Jordan, Syria, Turkey. You are hearing the No Views, daily automated podcast news. Today is Sunday, April 25th in the Greenwich Mean Time zone. Headlines here were found today in news feeds from around the world, but we do focus on the USA, one of the world's current 195 countries. Now, more news. The next headlines are from ABC Houston. County by county breakdown on COVID-19 vaccine distributions. Oscars red carpet goes green with sustainable fashion. Final goodbye, DMX memorial service to happen Saturday in New York. Pink moon, first supermoon of 2021 lights up night sky starting Monday. Ouch, stinging caterpillars on the rise in Texas this spring. Chadwick Boseman once shared why it'd be meaningful to be honored by the Academy. Oscars red carpet economy suffers brutal hit due to COVID pandemic. Humble ISD teacher charged with child porn pretended to be girl to target students, court records say. Indonesian Navy declares missing submarine sunk, all 53 aboard dead. The following headlines are from China Post, top news about China, Taiwan and the world. Madrid president says Super League clubs can't leave plan. Paris, Cahill lead Pirates over Twins 6-2. Astros Odorizzi out after 5 pitches with forearm tightness. Mexico's president steps up battles with nation's courts. Colton Herta matches dad, grabs pole in tight IndyCar field. Cardinals catcher Molina gets favorable report on sore foot. Seager, 1B, 2B, 3B, Flexen lead Mariners past Red Sox 8-2. 4 held as French seek motive in deadly police station attack. The following headlines are from The Gothamist. Extra extra, the lies about astronaut ice cream will break your heart. NYC school attendance rates improving as more students poised to return to classrooms Monday. NY lawmakers propose bill banning disgraced officers from new law enforcement work. Monster truck carries coffin and biker caravan to DMX's memorial at Barclays Center. Coronavirus statistics, tracking the epidemic in New York. Legislators look to extend eviction moratorium to August 31st for New Yorkers affected by pandemic. J&J COVID shot will now be administered immediately in New York after FDA lifts pause. NYPD investigates violent attack on 61-year-old Asian man in East Harlem. Why one verdict cannot erase the collective trauma of a nation. We hope you are enjoying this podcast. If you have a suggestion for a new RSS feed we should add, please leave it in a comment on our YouTube page. The next headlines are from globalissues.org. Seeing Health Opportunities in Post-Pandemic Papua New Guinea, a UN Resident Coordinator blog. UN Chief stresses clear and urgent need for concrete multilateral solutions. The next headlines are from blacklistednews.com. Confirmation of top Biden scientist delayed over ties to Jeffrey Epstein. Look at all those conspiracy theorists standing up against the real infectious disease, the parasites that run the world. London Freedom Rally April 2021. Top U.S. banks deploy AI surveillance to monitor customers, workers. Facebook deletes 120,000 member group where people posted stories of alleged adverse vaccine reactions. The following headlines are from Snopes, a fact-checking service. The big Pentagon internet mystery now partially solved. With OK from experts, some states resume use of J&J vaccine. Did Chicago police tweet "We're all Derek Chauvin"? Did doctors hospitalize a boy after he revealed his dad's secret? Recordings show chaos surrounding Ma'Khia Bryant shooting. Did Biden say he'll cancel 4th of July if Americans don't do what they're told? No, Amazon is not giving away free AirPods in a raffle. Did fireflies create these streaks of light? India virus patients suffocate amid oxygen shortage in surge. One verdict, then 6 police killings across America in 24 hours. We are now about 2/3 of the way through today's news headlines. When everything is working, this feed will auto-update 3 times per day. Join us daily to stay informed. The next headlines are from the Daily Beast. Black man shot 10 times by white deputy was holding a phone, 911 call. Absolutely no one is getting behind Caitlyn Jenner's campaign right now. Biden becomes first president to keep his word on Armenian genocide. Our favorite white noise machines for any kind of sleeper. Why Glenn Close made awards history with an Oscar and Razzie nom for the same role. Lindsay Lohan's dad arrested over alleged drug rehab scheme. When Mortal Kombat made America lose its mind. Laid off workers aim to shame Hollywood hangout on Oscars weekend. You now have 0 excuses for not watching the Oscar nominees. Forget Zoom, the real red carpet returns for the Oscars. The next headlines are from the New York Post. A glitch in the simulation, Elon Musk is going to host SNL. Wife of Asian man stomped on NYC street pleads for justice. IOC upholds ban on political protests at Tokyo Olympics. De Blasio to repay 9,500 furloughed city workers, thanks to COVID stimulus. Moves MLB teams could have made instead of paying big money duds. You're tuned to the No Views, daily automated podcast news. If you are hearing this, you found something super unknown. Congratulations. Now back to the headlines. The next science headlines are from CBS News. SpaceX Crew Dragon docks with space station. The next headlines are from the New York Daily News. AOC marks Earth Day with call to block Astoria power plant from using fracked natural gas. Women who didn't return VHS for 22 years charged with felony. Punk coward loser arrested for punching teen Walmart worker over mask request. Brazil's Bolsonaro approves cuts to environment budget a day after vowing to double funds to fight deforestation. Police shootings continue even after Derek Chauvin's guilty verdict. Michigan man wins $2 million lottery 1 year after losing everything in flood. Supermarket chain Aldi apologizes to black customer kicked out after reporting shopper's racist slur. 5 wounded in early morning shooting on New Orleans Bourbon Street. More than 50,000 gather for New Zealand concert. California governor hopeful Caitlyn Jenner responds to Joy Beer's apology for misgendering her, don't sweat it. The following headlines are from military.com. And then there were two. Second F-15X arrives at Eglin AFB for testing. Patriots coach Bill Belichick to receive key to the city of Annapolis during Army-Navy men's lacrosse game. The Marines need volunteers to help them reassess body standards. Former teacher pleads not guilty to child molestation charge. Billion-dollar Army housing project begins next week at 5 bases. Indonesia Navy finds items from lost submarine, indicating it sank. The next headlines are from the Chicago Tribune. I was scared for me and my wife and my kids, says Las Vegas man who was nearly carjacked by 18-year-old now charged in the fatal shooting of 7-year-old Jaslyn Adams. Cards with messages against police brutality dangle from Grant Park trees following vigil, protest. Minute by minute, you're either firing at a car or taking a car at gunpoint, says judge during bond hearing for one-man crime spree shot at by police on Bloomingdale Trail. Young father dead, woman injured in shooting outside apartment near Niles, Glenview, police say. Corrections and clarifications. Chicago woman accused of fatally shooting man at Elmhurst bar, officials say. Man found dead in Little Village fire that displaced 4 others. How to try to get a COVID-19 vaccine in Chicago. Here's what you need to know about COVID-19 vaccines in Illinois. The failures before the fires. In 6 years, 61 people died in Chicago buildings where the city knew of fire safety issues. The following headlines are from FIS.org. Biggest space station crowd in decade after SpaceX arrival. A breakthrough astrophysics code rapidly models stellar collisions. A more efficient, safer alternative to sourcing copper via bacteria. China names Mars rover for traditional fire god. Out of the cave, French isolation study ends after 40 days, update. California to ban new fracking from 2024. Old SpaceX capsule delivers new crew to space station. Hatchery reviving Britain's near-extinct local oysters. Thank you for listening and for staying informed. This audio was produced today, Sunday, April 25th, in the GMT time zone. The next headlines are from the Seattle Times. Arca's Lancaster taken to hospital after crash at Talladega. Hundreds show up in Nebraska for fight over name Josh. Nashville rallies from down American to not Montreal. Madrid president says Super League clubs can't leave plan. Super League shows that U.S., European sports are separated by more than just an ocean. Brighton loses at Sheffield United 1-0, still not safe. Real Madrid slips in title race after held by Betis 2-0-0. The following headlines are from mercurynews.com. Bay Area TV Sports, what to watch on Sunday Monday. San Jose Earthquakes welcome fans back with win in home opener. New giant Alex Wood prefers pitching to Buster Posey rather than facing him. San Jose hit and run crash being investigated as homicide. Rudy Giuliani and the My Pillow Guy among winners in 41st Annual Razzie Awards for Worst in Cinema. The latest, California among states considering resuming J&J. Person injured in downtown San Jose shooting. Man critically injured in shooting at Oakland motel. Trump supporters could be incited to future violence by his continued promotion of 2020 election lies, Department of Justice and judges say. After 70 years, San Jose's first family of ice cream ending their sweet run, but Treat's legacy will continue. The next headlines are from the Washington Times. North Carolina to resume use of Johnson & Johnson vaccine. New Mexico praised for $87 M in road construction funding. Rudy Giuliani awarded 2 Golden Raspberry Awards for Borat cameo. South St. Paul police search for wild goat. Portland police, pedestrian dies after being struck by train. English soccer to unite in 4-day social media boycott. Hundreds show up for Josh fight in Nebraska. House and Senate Democrats release final $59 billion budget plan. Man arrested in after high-speed police pursuit. The next headlines are from The Intercept. Sex work prosecution changes in New York are a welcome step, but not enough. This is No Views, daily automated podcast news. You are hearing headlines for Sunday, April 25, 2021. Now more. The next headlines are from Eureka Alert. Global experts define how to assess quality of care for patients with atrial fibrillation. Study highlights risks of anxiety and depression after cardiac device implantation. Simple foot test detects heart rhythm disorder in patients with diabetes. Age-related muscle loss and walking abilities predict outcomes after lung cancer surgery. A lesson from Arctic sea ice prediction in 2020, accurate subseasonal to seasonal prediction remains a grand challenge. The next headlines are from the Chicago Sun-Times. How the Super 25 fared in Week 6. Man charged in West Side murder of 7-year-old Jaslyn Adams. Creek Money beats rival Kankakee 2 in Southland title, finish unbeaten. Family, friends mourn DMX in memorial service at Barclays Center. Man killed in Maywood shooting. Embattled producer Scott Rudin resigns from Broadway legitimate abuse allegations. Blackhawks improved penalty kill, riding 17 for 17 streak, has been recent bright spot. Biden calls mass killing of Armenians genocide, breaking with predecessors. Weekend violence toll, 1 killed, 1 wounded in Chicago shooting since Friday night. Cook County cites to accept walk-ins for COVID-19 vaccine doses as Johnson & Johnson shots return. You are hearing today's news headlines. These headlines are for Sunday, April 25, 2021. Now more. The next headlines are from the Houston Press. See White Rabbit, Red Rabbit, but don't tell anyone what you find out. The next headlines are about world records making news. Must see, Gronkowski sets world record at Arizona, TSN. Mondo Duplantis takes outdoor season opener at LSU alumni gold meet, Olympic Channel. World records for Nuruddinov and Yangzha at Asian Weightlifting Championships, inside at the games.bs. Rob Gronkowski sets Guinness World Record with 600-foot catch, NFL.com. Alexander Sorokin runs new 100-mile and 12-hour world records, Iron Far. Watch now, Rob Gronkowski makes world record catch at the University of Arizona, the Times-Herald. Bruce Lee-inspired martial artist cannot stop breaking world records, Newsweek. India's daily coronavirus cases climb to new world record as hospitals buckle, CNBC. Vietnamese volleyball player breaks world record, Vnexpress International. Hat-trick world record, 3.46 lakh cases, 2,624 deaths in single day, Gult. The next headlines are from Gizmodo. Kevin Smith's He-Man universe expands with prequel comic for Dark Horse. California commits to phasing out oil extraction by 2045. The Last of Us HBO adaptation adds new directors. Enterprise Password Manager password state hacked, exposing users' passwords for 28 hours. Is the Saw franchise ready for the small screen? Lionsgate thinks so. Robin the zombie film Killing It is Shaun of the Dead meets Girls Trip. What the US's fair share of emissions reductions looks like. Xbox Cloud Gaming is already a super solid experience on PC and iOS. Policy executives at Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter to testify at Senate hearing on algorithms. U.S. health regulators lift pause on Johnson & Johnson COVID-19 vaccine. What place in the world had the hottest and coolest temperatures today? According to ElDoradoWeather.com, the hottest place on Earth in the past 24 hours was Nuwasib in Kuwait at 114.26 degrees Fahrenheit or 45.7 degrees Celsius. The coldest recorded weather temperature on Earth in the past 24 hours was University UTC in Dome, Fuji at 32 degrees Fahrenheit or 0 degrees Celsius. The following headlines are from Ars Technica. Apple's AirDrop leaks users' PI, and there's not much they can do about it. Republicans and Democrats increasingly agree, big tech is too powerful. Conservative versus liberal, a knockdown, drag-out climate policy fight. Apple's ransomware mess is the future of online extortion. The following headlines are from Raw Story. Tucker Carlson is chief white power correspondent at Fox News, MSNBC and CNN anchors. She's savvy. Mike Flynn endorses far-right Republican who pushed Trump to invoke martial law. Dad turns in son wanted for gang-related shooting of kids age 13 and 14, report. Larry Kudlow's absurd attack on Joe Biden may be Fox's dumbest one yet. SNL blasted for having Elon Musk host. Absolutely nobody wants this. Ohio sports bar demanded NBA expel LeBron James, and received brutal backlash on social media. Comedian banned from America for displaying profane anti-Trump sign at a Scottish golf course. Caitlyn Jenner CA campaign announcement landed with a thud, MSNBC. Delusional Trump ridiculed for meltdown over last-ditch Arizona vote recount. Air Force Academy grads revolt against superintendents' both sides' position on violent extremism. The next headlines are from Mother Jones. He defended Chauvin and wouldn't call Floyd's death a homicide. Now his record is under investigation. Biden formally calls the mass slaughter of Armenians a genocide. All this cleanliness is bad for our health. After years of lording over an uncontrolled spigot of bad tweets, Trump now claims Twitter is really boring. Escorts, medical weed, and corruption, Gates probe reportedly scrutinizing 2018 Bahamas trip. What the hell is going on at the Columbus Police Department? Researchers warn of devastating effects from changing currents. Can a post-MAGA Washington create SUNA policy for farm workers? We are nearing the end of this broadcast. This report is for Sunday, April 25, 2021 in the GMT time zone. What cities are in that time zone? Well, Reykjavik, Iceland, for one. You might wonder if our server is in Reykjavik. It could be. The following is from the UFO Chronicles. The military takes UFOs seriously. Why not Silicon Valley or academia? UFO expert to crack Bondi Bridge alien mystery. That's it for now. Thanks for enjoying today's newsfeed headlines. This, indeed, has been a No Views, daily automated podcast newscast for Sunday, April 25, 2021. Bookmark us and tune in each day to our free automated podcast to find out what's going on, around, and, sometimes, light years, beyond the Earth. Fair use statement. Nypd is a US-based educational not-for-profit news site. We use only parts of content, in transformative ways and without market usurpation. This means you are still going to want to read the original if you are interested in it beyond the headline and any comments we make. We provide links to original sources wherever possible. If you have any copyright concern, please contact us via our About page for immediate remedy. Contact us, Zeno at XENOMAILS 2021 by Nypd. All rights reserved.